Hi guys, Sarah with 3 Raptor Consulting here, filming part 2 of creating a growth plan. So we are in the second week of January, our new year, and hopefully you have given some thought to how you are going to grow yourself personally this year. For me, one of the things I'm going to work on is improving my video editing skills and making sure that my background is much cleaner than it is. But I've been in the process of rearranging my office and still need some time to complete that task. So, growth plans. Let's talk. Last week we talked about identifying your strengths, understanding what you're really good at and the areas that you really should focus on improving and growing this year. Now I want to talk about how you create that plan. So if we were to start all the way at the end, if we were to go to December 31st, 2022, where would you like to see yourself professionally and personally? Because quite honestly, I think you should create a growth plan that encompasses both aspects. You might even want to add an aspect that includes your relationships and your family. So for you, you might want to work on growth in relationships, family life, your professional life, and your personal life. Whatever realm that you create these goals in, and I suggest having about 3 to 5 because that's a reasonable amount to work on. I would say go all the way to December 31st and ask yourself, where do you want to be? If everything went exactly as planned this year, where do you want to see yourself at each goal on December 31st, 2022? And from there, let's work our way backwards. So once you identify where it is you want to land for that goal, that's when you can start to work your way backwards and create milestones. Now, I highly suggest doing milestones quarterly because monthly might not be enough time to see the growth that is needed. But if you do this quarterly, you're going to give yourself about 3 months to really be able to see the growth and complete tasks. Now, once you set milestones, you want to start setting some long-term goals for each month, and then you want to set short-term goals. And then you want to set daily actions. So you go from where you want to be to setting milestones that would be quarterly, long-term goals which are monthly, and then your short-term goals which would probably be weekly. Then you do your daily actions. So what it is you break that down until you get all the way down from your goal to what you could do, one thing you could do towards that goal every day to help meet your short-term goal. And then by meeting your short-term goals, you'll meet your long-term goal, and then by meeting your long-term goals, you'll meet your milestones, and so forth. And so you create this automatic domino effect of success throughout your days. Now, working backwards is definitely the easiest way to get this. Now, I believe in doing something positive towards your goals each and every day. Now, let's pretend for a minute that one of your goals is drinking more water. So a daily action that you could take is purposely increasing the amount of water that you drink every day. So let's just pretend you're drink no water at all, right? So you go from no water at all to maybe like 2 drinks, then 3 drinks, then 4 drinks, and work yourself up to a full 8 ounces. Now stick with me, I know that this example sounds a little ridiculous, but this is how we want to build up to achieve our goals. We want to start with things as simple as taking 2 more sips of water a day, because those are things that we can do every day, 100%, be incredibly successful at, and then reach our short-term goals and then reach our long-term goals. And the reason why, the secret, why I recommend creating daily action steps to short-term goals, to long-term goals, to milestones, to your end result, is because then you see progress every single day. And when you see progress, when you can check off that you took those 2 sips of water in your planner, that's a success, and that deserves a celebration. Now, when I say a celebration, I'm not saying let's go out and have a piece of cake or let's go spend a ton of money. I'm saying let's celebrate ourselves. Let's give ourselves a good job. You know, sometimes at the end of a long week, my dogs and I like to go in the backyard and have a huge celebration playtime. For me, that's incredibly valuable because I love the physical energy, I love being outside, and I love spending time with my dogs. So those are celebrations for us, right? Maybe at the end of the day, if I see that I've really met all of my daily goals and action steps, I might get off work about 30 to 45 minutes earlier and spend that time playing with my dogs because that's a huge celebration for me. And usually I wrote my daughter into that, so it ends up being mom-daughter time and playing with the dogs time, and it's a huge win for everybody, but that's a celebration. So remember, we want to take our goals, we want to have about 3 to 5 goals, break them up into different areas. Now, I don't necessarily recommend having 3 to 5 goals in each area unless you feel like you can truly handle that. I think sometimes it's better to start off with less, knowing that that will enable us to be successful, because here's the deal. Let's say that you started off with 3 goals and you worked every day towards those goals and you just kept excelling at them, and all of a sudden June came and you were like, you know what, I'm actually where I wanted to be on these goals in December, so I'm 6 months ahead of schedule. Then you go into what I call maintenance, where you spend a good 30 days really focusing on maintaining those successes and changes that you worked so hard to get. Because if we don't maintain them, we don't focus on that maintenance period, then they're just gone, right? So we really maintain them. So then at the end of July, you're going to say, you know what, I could do 2 more goals. So set yourself up for success, because part of this growth plan is also purposely setting yourself up for success so that you start to understand and see how amazing you are, develop an incredible sense of self-worth and self-esteem, and then those daily challenges that come aren't quite so hard. Work projects become easier to break up in smaller pieces like what we're talking about now. Or if you have to do it all in one weekend, you still understand how to break it up into smaller pieces that you can manage and do, and then go from there. So this is what I want you guys to spend the next week on, is really understanding where it is you want to be, what areas those are, and setting measurable goals. Now our goals do have to be measurable, so do look at SMART goals or SMARTER goals. I posted something the end of December that talked about SMARTER goals, because our goals should be really exciting. They should excite us. They should also terrify us just a little bit, because they should push us so far in what it is that we are wanting to do. Like for me, video editing, I really want to work on that this year, and I really want to work on my writing. Last year, my goals were really about getting in a good health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So now I really worked, I've entered into a phase of maintenance on those, and so I don't have as many goals because I really want to work on maintaining my health in all aspects and continuing to grow that health and improve upon that health. So this year I really want to focus on my career and really getting it to the level that I want to get it on, specifically in my video editing and in my writing. And eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to finish my office and it won't be such a cluster or quite so messy, but I think that we all kind of operate in different elements. So I hope that this gives you lots to do and think about over the next week. We're going to come back with another topic, and by the end of this month, you should have an incredible growth plan for yourself. I do encourage you to work on this throughout the week and give yourself time to really think about it. If you do want to sit down and work on your goals and milestones in one day, give yourself a 3 or 4 hour period and lots of time. Again, conversations with mentors and peers is also a great way to really kind of develop these, and use your smarter setup, because that's going to make you have really good goals. Because if we can't measure them, we'll never know if we get there, and you're time bound because all of these are due December 31st, right? So have a great week, and we'll see you next week.